Hey everybody, today I'm taking you through my pedal board. It's changed quite a bit over the year. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've changed this up quite a bit. Earlier in the year I had the M9, got rid of it, then ever since I got rid of it I wished I had it back. There's lots of cool stuff that it can do that I kind of missed. I added the two Darkglass pedals and the Boss OC2. Everything else I've pretty much had for at least a year or two and isn't anything new. The pedal board itself, it's a Pedaltrain Novo 24. I was running a PT2 for a while and just decided I needed a little bit more extra space so I didn't have to cram the pedals in as tight. So I have a little bit more space up here, down here, and up here for the Midi cables and different stuff that's going on. Underneath we have T-Rex Chameleon power supply. It's the only power supply that I found that was affordable and wasn't monstrous that could power the digital pedals that took a lot of juice. So I have that powering the source audio stuff as well as the tuner. I have a one spot powering the Darkglass and the Boss, and the line 6 has its own power supply. So anyways, let's get started. Basically this is my dry tone. So first in the chain, we got the Boss OC2. Pretty much just the octave 1 all the way up and everything else all the way off. I don't use the blend much on this one because I have another octave up here. So pretty much just use the one setting on that all the time. After that I have the OFD, which I usually will use the MIDI controller to control these three. But sometimes, just in case I need a quick adjustment, I have a Big Muff gated fuzz on this channel. And so you can see it kind of adds a little bit to the OC2 as the bass tone. On this side I have a low pass filter. Basically just rolls off some of the highs just for, let's say, the fuzz. So it doesn't have that glassy high end kind of sticking through. But like I said, most of the time I'm controlling this with the MIDI controller, so I don't use those a whole lot, but they're there just in case, like I said, just for a quick. Next in the chain I believe is the Darkglass, which I mainly just use for a little bit of a high boost, and if a song calls for it I will up the gain quite a bit. But for the most part, I just kind of use it as the just adds a little bit more clarity to this bass. It's kind of mostly blended to the dry signal anyways, so it's not a whole lot of the effect. I keep the dry tone blended in quite a bit because I've noticed I've been losing a lot of low end with a lot of the effects I've been getting, so the less effect I use, the better, and it actually still will cut through quite a bit with the effects engaged. Next up we have the Duality. This one I adjust a little bit, but the fuzz level itself is all the way up, and the blend level, same as this one, is almost all the way off. Just enough just so I can keep my low end there from my dry tone, and then have the fuzz, since it's blasted on here, it just makes the fuzz kind of sit on top. And there's no fuzz on that. There it goes. So that's kind of my little bit more subtle fuzz. If I want it to be more intense, I'll put up the whatever that thing is. I can't see it. So you see that adds a little bit more high end, kind of helps it cut through a little bit. Next we got the Source Audio Manta bass filter. Love this pedal. Don't really use it a whole lot for traditional music that I play, but sometimes I'll use a phaser on this side. And this side I believe is a fuzz. So the heart of the board really is a Source Audio Soulmate, which they're going to be calling the Soleman when it comes out. This I can adjust through the hub, can control the Source Audio pedals as well as the M9. You can get 128 presets with this and these. The M9 only will let you do 24, but it'll allow 6 effects to be on bypass at any time within those 24. And I've only set up quite a few, not quite a few, only a few. So if I press any of these foot switches twice, it'll go back to my just PC message 0, which is my clean tone. In the bank mode that it's in, which I think they're going to call this something else when it comes out, I set up 4 sounds that I like to just have as one click. Like I said, click any twice and it goes to my normal clean tone. This one is my first preset, which is on here. You'll see preset 4. That's just the PC message that it sends through Midi. I don't know why I set it up with 4. I think it's just the way my effects fell, and that's just what I've been going with. So my 4 is kind of a swell. You'll notice that a few pedals have changed once I click that. So now everything off, back on. So what this one will do is once that's engaged, this turns into a volume pedal. So right now you're not hearing anything. I hear it a little bit. It turns the OFD into a volume pedal via the expression pedal to control the volume on this. Once it passes there, it goes to the Manta, which I have set up as a phase up here. So let me see. You can get an idea of what that's sounding like before the delay and reverb. I have a reverb set up on the M9, followed by a delay, which is the auto swell, which even if I didn't use the volume pedal, it kind of swells on its own, which I like. But it actually gives you a little bit more natural swell feeling when I do use the expression pedal. So from there I go to my preset 5, which is the second on here. This is my overdrive. It basically turns the OFD into an overdrive, and I'll usually have this clicked on with that. Let's see, that's pretty much it with that one. Sometimes I can add the fuzz in there too. I don't have anything else really set up with that one. This one is going to be my synth tone, which I've used this before for Muse's Time is Running Out. But when I got the M9 back and I was setting it up, I noticed it wasn't sounding quite the same, so I still have to fine tune this one a little more, but this is what this one sounds like, how I have it now. With that, I can set up, I believe it's this one. Some modulation effects and some delay effect in there if I want to get really crazy with it. can get a little crazier. And then my last preset, which I just set this up the other day, I don't know if it's going to get much use, but it's setting up the Manta as a low pass filter that kind of moves around a little bit and turns this into an octaver, which I added. I forgot about that. So yeah, the fuzz doesn't really cut through as much because this is cutting off all the high end. That's pretty much it. When I go back to my dry tone, I do have some stuff set up in here, like the octaver. Some more modulation, some reverb. And some really intense delay. I have different delay and reverb. I don't forget what's set up down there. Yeah, this is my longer. There we go. This is my longer acting delay. So yeah, you get the idea. That's pretty much it. I have a lot of extra settings and stuff set up in here that I haven't really fine-tuned yet, so I'll probably make a second video that has a couple of those. They're a little bit more dubstep wobble and more out there kind of stuff, so that kind of gives you a basic idea of what I'm working with. It's pretty customizable, makes sense in my head. It probably looks kind of confusing, but when I'm playing live and I'm actually facing it this way, not behind it, it makes a lot more sense to me. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If there's something specific you want to see, let me know. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.